Week 15 of the National Football League. And up next is this team's star running back. He should be a busy man out of the backfield. We can hardly wait for the start of this one on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they come into this one fresh off a victory that finally snapped a 6-game losing streak.
And there's nothing like that win that makes everyone happier in the locker room, better on the practice field, and they usually play a whole lot better that next game out as well.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I have to admit I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. They'll drop to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. But you look at this defense.
They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45.
Here comes 3rd down and 7.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their rookie QB, the young man out of Oregon.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll look to throw here. Forced out to his left. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They go play action here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. 2nd and 2. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play. Here's a give up the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
2nd down and a yard.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Back to throw here.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Back to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys that have a little extra pep in their step, you go to them early and often.
And this one is right through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he's been one of the most consistent pieces of their offense all year long, no doubt. Shouldn't be much of a surprise then to see him among the league leaders in rushing here late in the season.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
But you look at this defense.
They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Down to about the 23.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway. But the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will tie us at 3-3.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle was there, but couldn't bust free. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 11. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he will find his man on the outside. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. And on now is the punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention that they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
2nd and 9.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 2nd and 9 now. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Steps away to his left. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
On play action, they'll throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
This is all about finding the open space in the middle of the field. How do you do that? One way is through play action. That's going to freeze those linebackers for just a split second, and sometimes that's all you need. They run a deep in route behind them, and it works to perfection.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play, because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough. They're going to look to throw. Slight, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a third and about 5. In motion goes the tight end. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And his kick here is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We've got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
They'll set up to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, it's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
He'll drop to throw.
And not enough on the throw that time as that one is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you give him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Now back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard.
They'll drop to throw. And it's caught. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback. Touchdown number 15 of the year as his guys are able to regain the lead.
That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. A 10-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And able to get this out to the 25. One more go for this offense in the first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing left side, it's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt, and that is no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went in at the half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. We say we use them to start the second half and get us going.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
They'll look to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 63 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Right back to him on 1st down.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to throw here. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And his kick is good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion for us there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack, as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 74 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. In motion, the tight end. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
2nd and 6. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a 1st down. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they take the lead here by 2, 12-10. So that a 2nd drive ending in a field goal now here in the 3rd.
Yeah, the first one got them closer, and this one gets them the lead, but I don't think they should fall in love with kicking field goals. They're going to need to put the ball in the end zone if they want to finish off this game with a win.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
And that is incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far.
Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's got room. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
116 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The 13 yards that time at a first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, That's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll send a tight end in motion right. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. That one goes for 8 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They go play action here on first down. And he rifles one incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there.
His 8th rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guys have once again taken the lead.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Point after here coming up. And the lead is up to 5. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds but able to get it up past the 45. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
2nd and 6. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
133 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
They'll look to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Here comes second down at 5.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He's back to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Now the try here for the point after. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. This is 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
Here comes 2nd down.
They're going to look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. He'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
This offense has had its troubles moving the ball all night. So now you get in this situation, hard to imagine that suddenly they're going to start clicking and moving the ball downfield.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to let it fly.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted.
And he will be out of bounds here with zeros on the clock as this ball game is over. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
To not finish a game on a defensive penalty, that's why they get one more untimed attempt.
Flushed out right.
And that'll be incomplete with a penalty flag here on the field. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that thing go.
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the home team here, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.